Hello, everybody, and welcome to City Dwarves. How are my favorite players in the whole wide world doing today?
I really need to watch.
Hearing that.
Yeah, I need to watch your other streams to see if you say that to the others.
They're not as good.
You say that, but I need to see it for my own eyes to believe it.
I don't want to even check though, Jen, because if we tune into that stream and he opens it up the same damn way, it's going to be anarchy.
Yeah, our hearts are going to be broken.
I would never.
I choose ignorance.
I think you shouldn't seek out answers when you're not ready to hold them.
It's a good point.
Exactly.
It's a great point.
Same with gods and children.
Yeah.
When you're not ready to hold them.
Speaking of gods and children, what happened last session?
What a segue. Beautifully done. Anna?
I have
Yeah,
a
what
son.
happened, Anna?
Look at my son. Yeah, I have a son with a god. And he's an adult. And he always was. And he's going to become the king of Cobbleopolis. As is his birthright.
Mm-hmm.
Someone else can go.
What do you want us to say how that happened?
Sure.
Let's see.
Well, I can say that it's the son of Nadinus.
Yes.
Yes.
Nadinus has been my girl.
Yeah, goddess of nature.
Mm-hmm.
And
We made her really happy with a couple decisions we made.
And there was some flirting with Nadinus.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Now,
And then some cuddling with Nadinus. And they watched the sunrise. Held hand, smooched, caps lock, 5 exclamation mark. Then Nadinus vanished, replaced by a very large egg with marble texture. I don't know why, but I wrote Minidinus. I just decided to add that in my notes. And then there a thing spawned. Clothes, toga, magnificent dark beard. Leslie's son, demigod, Heinhard, Cobblefoot, king of dwarves. And he must become kind, just, and wise. His uncle is Astaire. Cobbleopolis, future town of dwarves on the mountain.
And this was because there was a moment where we were like maybe going to become royalty in the dwarf mountain kingdom.
Yeah,
and we were
we got offered
we don't really want to because we have this thing going with our shoe shop and stuff.
Yeah.
They're called priorities, guys.
Do what you love, okay? Oh my god.
But then we conveniently got a demigod son who was a little obnoxious, I think. But then we decided, hey, I think we wanted to go with him, I think, to the mountain and see him become a kind, just, and wise ruler, and then we would come back to the Cobble's shop.
Yeah, and I was gonna rule as regent until such time that we deemed him ready.
So we're gonna do like interim queendom.
Yeah.
And we'll call it a queendom.
Great. Now, Lazuli, how do you feel about this unexpected child? You didn't plan for this. You never planned on being a single mother, and you never financed or made arrangements in your life, and all of a sudden, boom, here you are. It's okay if you're not excited about it.
He doesn't need my finances.
Okay, but replace finance with emotional support or any number of things. Is this something you're ready for? You don't have to be. It's okay. You can abandon your child. He's a king after all.
No. I mean, I will, but not until I see him settled and ruling justly. Remember, he has to do tasks to prove to us that he's ready to take the throne. To prove that he is kind, just, and wise. Were those the 3? You wrote them down, Jen, right?
Jen?
Uh-oh.
Yes. Kind, just, and wise.
Kind, just, and wise. Yes.
Einhard has to go out and get 3 people to say that, you said?
He just has to prove it.
Ah.
I don't remember. Maybe we did say he had to have someone witness and, like, say that? I don't remember. I made it all up as I go. So in answer to your question, Neal, what have I always done? Make it up as I go. What will I do as a single mother? Make it up as I go. What have I been to my sisters all this time? Kind of a single mother.
What's
All right.
one more brat in the house?
Fair. So is this Einhard, are you taking him back to the cobbler shop? Or, I mean, if he's going to be a king, he's probably got, you know, resources available to him somewhere or something, or he's going to run off and get into...
My understanding was that we were going to kind of, like, shut down the shop for a little bit and go to Cobbleopolis with him to get him situated.
Mm-mm. But
right.
first, we should probably make him some sweet, sweet shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Right.
I mean, if you're going to be king, you have to have some sort of marker so that the common people know who is king, right?
Mm-hmm.
It could be a funny hat. It could be...
In this kingdom, it's not about the crown, it's about the shoes.
The crowns of the feet, if as
Yes.
we said.
I mean, when you think about it, dwarves and the earth and the rock are really where you find the
That's
magic
true.
of being a dwarf. So what touches the stone is really...
That's
I like
actually
that.
really good, Anna.
That makes
Yeah.
so much sense.
It's important
I'm like,
world building.
also, like, the dwarves probably tend to look at the ground more because, like, indeed, like, the rocks, like, all the things they find appealing tend to go on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they don't really regard people that are taller as necessarily better. So, like, they're gonna look down and feel good about that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see the shoes.
Wow.
I love this. This makes so much sense.
Yeah, foot to earth
crown
is
of-
a sacred experience, as Anna said, so only the most sacred thing could possibly become between flesh and dirt.
We
The
should
crown of the feet.
we should make like the family's crown jewels and make them in the image of the Nadinas collection, but like the finest version of the Nadinas
Finest.
collection.
That makes sense.
Ugh, the crown jewel
Did we
collection. Oh
have-
my god.
Did we have crown jewel collection? Crown of the feet. So did we have any of Nadina's materials left? We should look at our inventory.
I'm pretty sure we had like
I think so.
we traded the crab shell, and then we used some of the pearls and stuff, but I think we still had like
We had some. Wait, did
Let me see what I
roll20
have on
change a
mine.
little bit?
It did.
yeah, the
Oh my
icons
God.
changed and it's throwing me off.
Just that is enough to throw me off. I agree. How will I survive? It's okay. I have the notes. I'm going there. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I have the notes on what we have.
I
for
just have
materials.
an item name that says Nadinas collection.
Oh, I have like a breakdown. Yellow, green, and blue lacquer, 1 time each. 12 Nadina's pearls, 1 Nadina's shell, spike, and spines. I don't know. 4 regular pearls, 1 uncut jade. That was my latest.
Peb, you are indispensable.
I also have 2 topaz. Did we use those? We were going to. I don't know if we did. And I also have a jade worth 100 gold.
Oh.
And marble and quartz remnants that we took from that like sculptor
But-
person.
I see that we have like 12 Nadina's pearls left, plus like 1 shell, spike, and spine. Like, probably enough if we literally put all of it.
I think we should.
Well, and
Just burn all of our Nadinas.
I know we don't have any traditions to fall back on yet in this young world of what gods will do for their half-god progeny, but is there an opportunity here to maybe make some kind of like blank slate shoes and then invite Nadina's down and have her do her part of the collab / birth parenting of her child?
support.
Yeah,
basically.
child support.
Yes,
I
tell
like
me
that.
more
Form of
about
shoe
this.
accessories.
You want her to decorate the shoes in a way that would help instill, meaning and direction in the life of this person and this society.
Yeah, it's like her one mother has given her, the solid foundation of beautiful, crafted, lovingly designed shoes. And this is the opportunity for the other parent to like come in here and just like throw some money and run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We can set that up.
I like it. And then those shoes will also be like Nadina's blessed.
And then we could base the collection kind of off whatever she does, like with less blessed items.
And of course, the royal court eventually will also want shoes.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
I'm assuming that my son Einhard will make us the official shoemakers of Cobbleopolis Court.
And
Well,
we're so comfortable in that assumption. We should probably just make ourselves those shoes and have those ready. Maybe make Nadinus a pair. That way your son doesn't have any room to be like, we gotta think about it, take some time. Like, we'll be ready.
Yeah, we can like design the whole collection for all of us. For Einhard. For Pebble. Not for Pebble, that's me. For Protoni.
For Protoni, of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Not for Francesca.
Ew.
no.
We make sure the shoes do not fit her under any circumstance. Like, if we can find out her shoe size, we make sure we don't make them in that size.
Yeah, and that'll be easy because she's got freakishly thin, elegant, lithe, kind of shapely feet, and we don't make shoes for that.
We don't make shoes for that.
No.
True beauty is in the dwarf uniqueness of callus, bunion, and toe hair.
Excellent.
Right.
Great. So you head off back home, right? It's morning. You haven't slept. Einhard is going out and exploring the city. I'm sure he'll find his way back home. These things have a way of happening in this day and age. You've got this plan, the future of dwarven society. We don't need tall, pointy hats. We're in tight corridors. We need nice shoes that connect us to the earth and bring us around. And, our heads are down anyway and all that jazz. So you head home to get some rest. And I think we can just go to the next day. Well, party, you wake up, and there's Einhard outside. The door was shut, and I assume you have a lock on your door, and probably locked at night. And so he found his way home one way or another, and there he is napping outside your shop.
Outside?
Yeah, well, you got here. You went home. You had this was the morning, right? You watched the sunrise. So if you go home, you're not going to sleep. Later that evening, he comes on by, knocks on the door, and invites himself in.
Welcome home, son.
Ah, mother, aunties.
We've been
Strangely
planning
advanced
your
nephew.
We've been planning your crown jewels. Your
royal adornments, not the
Jewels.
ones you were born with.
Yes.
Excellent.
Also, have we talked to Proton about this?
Now I would assume this would be the first Proton's learning about it, because I didn't tell her nothing.
Yeah, we should probably tell Proton
I feel
about
like
it.
before he came home during the day, we
Okay.
need to talk to Proton.
Let's roll back then. What did you say to Proton when you come home? Proton's out there measuring a piece of leather across one of these lasts that you have, and pinches up the side a little bit, gets a leather needle and pokes through it, and then sees you all walking through the door. Hello.
Proton, how would you like to make shoes for a demigod?
I don't know.
What if that demigod was my son?
Do you have a son?
It sounds hypothetical, but it's not. I now have a son. Sired by Nadinus.
Wait, today?
Yeah.
Today? You had a son
Today.
today?
Yeah, he's a grown-up.
Never even kissed someone.
Well, maybe I can set you up with my son. I don't know. Life is really
That sounds like it
confusing
would be
right now.
weird.
I don't know. But why don't you want to make shoes for him?
I didn't say no. I just, demigod. that's not the only criteria, right? There's lots of things that go into a good shoe, and who it's for is only one part of it. You know, I'm really more interested in the craftsmanship, so, you know, gaudy thing for demigod, cool thing for a broke person, yay.
That's what we love about you, Protoni.
Well, there is one good news about this. We are now aunties.
Yeah.
And I grabbed Protoni as part of like the we are aunties.
Yeah, I grab him too. We're dancing around in a circle.
There's a little bounce going on. And when it settles, Proton will look around and be like, so who's the other parent?
Nadinus. The
goddess. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Yeah, Leslie's not messing around. Like here I was on my first ever date, and then Leslie, bam, grown-up son in 24
And that's why
hours.
I told you, Peb, you gotta be careful on these first dates.
Yeah, you bet. I did not realize how serious this was. Like, Leslie, you should have listened to your own advice. You said no kissing on the first date.
Are you implying that my son is a mistake?
No, I would never say that. No, especially not for a half demigod blessed son. But it did happen pretty fast.
The king of the dwarves?
Yeah.
The crown prince of the dwarves.
I mean,
Yeah.
sis, it did happen a little suddenly.
It
That
was
is
pretty
true.
fast.
I will not deny that.
But
Well,
god
I'll
dang, do we love this
remember.
kid, Tony. Oh my god, this kid's great.
I mean,
How
do
is he
we...
the king already? I just heard about him. I didn't even vote for him.
Well, not of
crazy.
here. Of the dwarf kingdom in the mountains. Cobbleopolis. Which we also just learned about. It's a new world. We're learning new things all the time.
In fact, they might
Yeah.
have just made that Cobbleopolis expansion.
I'm pretty sure it just came into existence. And for a minute, they were like, you guys should come rule it. And we were like, well, but we have this, you know, shoe shop stuff going on. And we know how you love making shoes, Protoni.
With Proton, we wouldn't want to leave Proton behind.
No.
So we'll stay behind with Proton.
Mm-hmm. And then I had a son, and we were like, how fortuitous, he can rule in our stead. But we need to go get him, like, situated, you know?
Uh-huh.
Because you can't just throw a newborn son into the role of king. You got to give him a little guidance. So we're gonna go
teach him to
to
walk.
he's a grown-up.
No, you really meant that.
Yeah.
He's a
I guess that's how
full-size
it
man
works with gods.
He pays taxes, Protoni.
Oh wow.
I
was
would
a
not tax the
magnificent-
king.
Yeah, he came fully clothed with a magnificent dark beard that would take me years to grow.
Well, you can see kind of a little bit of all of us in him, actually. He's beautiful.
Wow.
Mostly me, though.
Well,
got my beard, though.
congratulations. I suppose.
Thanks. Well, so here's the thing is that we need to go to Cobbleopolis for a while. So we were wondering, do you want to come with us? Or do you want to stay here with the store?
No, I want to be with my sisters and get away from the forest if I can.
Good.
I didn't think there were any other cities. I thought this was the only place.
Me too.
I didn't even know there was a Cobbleopolis.
I don't think there was until
Yeah,
now.
I didn't know about it either. But the good news is we'll be even farther away from the people you're fleeing.
In
From the
admission,
acorns. No acorns in Cobbleopolis. We'll ban the acorns, right, sister?
Sure.
I mean, they're really
The acorns
nutritious.
are bad.
They're not-
Then the
they're not-
acorns will not be counted. We'll ban counting the acorns.
There's like one of those laws that's like in a book that nobody knows why it's there. Like years and years later, it's like an acorn shall not be counted. And you're like, what?
you get one, two, or many. That's it.
Somebody's like, I'll take 6 acorns. Everyone's like, whoa. How dare you count the acorns? You can have a bunch. A big bunch,
handful.
a small bunch, a handful, a
You can
pound.
measure them, you can't
Yeah.
count them.
Exactly. We could ban the counting of acorns.
That's like
Does that sound like
the
something you
liters,
want, Proton?
gallons kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, I tried to not be the keeper of the acorn so I wouldn't have to make big decisions that affect society on a large scale. That's really what I tried to escape from. I would really not like to be involved in any decision making, please.
Okay. Well,
But I'll
we
make the
also,
shoes.
Great, because this court, the symbol of status in this court is going to be the shoes. So we need to be ready.
So if
first we
it's
need to
supposed
make Einhard some shoes.
And if we're trying to showcase someone as important, then the more important the person, the taller the shoes should be, right?
Is height an indicator of status?
Tony, where are you getting these toxic ideas about height?
Well, it's just that it's easier to see a tall person in a crowd.
Do you want to be seen if you're somebody as important as like a king or a demigod? I mean,
What
you
if
can see him, you can shoot him, Tony.
what if the shoes
I never
themselves
thought about that.
have like plumes that are tall? Like the person's not tall, but the shoes have
Sounds
tall
like
plumes.
like super.
So like one of them moths, so you take a shot at it, you don't hit anything vulnerable.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good.
Oh my god,
Okay.
long plumes.
Like
Also,
ostrich feathers.
so do you need like I guess you need like something on your back as well to like help them
For the,
extend. Like
for the
they start
most
from the
important
shoes.
shoes, yes. I mean, for like just a regular courtier, like maybe just some tall feathers that are on the shoes, you know. But like for the king, yeah, probably like a whole apparatus.
Well, if there's tall feathers, and they're attached at the toe, they're gonna get broken a lot. So you're gonna get a lot of replacements on hand.
I was thinking more like on the heel or sides.
Oh. Okay.
Like think about a peacock with, you know,
I love
Coming off
it.
the back.
yeah.
And you like attach it at the top.
But so like the shoe comes up to like the knee and the feather attaches there pointing down, or attaches at the heel on the back pointing up?
Wait, is
The
it like?
latter.
Oh no, I'm not doing it. I was gonna
So,
copy
like-
paste my picture.
So like
If you send
Okay,
it to me,
so,
I can
like,
put it up, but it won't allow players to put it
here's
up.
the guy, right? And and like the feather attaches like here.
Is that the heel? It's kind of
Yeah.
looking like the whole rump right there. That
I
that
mean, maybe it
mannequin.
has to be belted at the waist too. I don't know.
What, it goes up above their head?
Yeah.
Yeah. How
For
did
the
you tell
team,
her
yeah.
that?
So like there must be attached points at like the head.
Yeah, exactly this drawing that your auntie made or your sister made.
Wait, where's the drawing? Because I've been looking up
in City
feather
Dwarves. That's exactly it.
But I think they need to be at least half again as tall.
For the king, yeah.
For the king, absolutely.
Or maybe it's like no one but the king may wear plumes higher than their head.
Ooh.
This is how fashion traditions get created, guys.
Oh my god, that's gonna be the first rule.
There's like 10 commandments of Cobopolis, and the first 3 are about how your shoes can't be bigger than the king's.
It's
Neither
court
by width
etiquette.
nor height.
Every court needs etiquette.
Oh, Neal's turned away. He's gone into the lab, folks. I'm a little concerned. He's cooking.
Oh, this was good.
I'm just jotting down notes for the future.
You know what? I think the last time I cried laughed was also with you guys. It might have been the spans. I'm not sure. I told people about the spans too.
You must sound, Genevieve, and I love you, insane. I don't even know how you'd start that conversation.
I don't know. I told someone at work about it.
So did you start with, okay, I'm in an online roleplay group, and we're 3 dwarves who are... or did you start
I
from like
think
another...
She just yelled spants.
The person was just talking about like they talked about unusual shoes. I was like, have you heard of spans?
This poor woman's at home Googling spants like they're real.
I love that you asked, have you heard of, as though someone else in the universe has ever
What is
discussed spans.
Okay, I'm crying.
Like, oh, with that beautiful Jen delivery. Like, she's doubting herself. Like, you look so confident. Like, should I have heard of spans? Uh-oh.
And you take the grater in your left hand and you move it along the cheese.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, that was a pre-show discussion that y'all out there missed
I'm so
about
sorry
how
you
one
missed
uses a cheese grater.
Okay, I'm done crying. Oh, there's a lot of emotions.
I don't wear under eyeliner when I fuck with you guys.
Same.
Okay,
Oh,
well, these are
okay,
some great
alright.
shoes. Okay, so if we're doing flats, but does the height of the shoe matter? Like some of them go up to the knee, or they only go up to the ankle, or they're like more low-cut boots, or
I
are
think
these like
that's,
real
like-
flats?
Wearer's discretion.
Okay.
Whenever Einhard gets back, we should ask him what his preference is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe he'll want Spans.
Maybe. I mean, the Spans and the Cobblecore scene will have to wait until we get back from Cobbleopolis.
I mean, I
Because
can't think of a
remember-
better place to kick off a brand new genre like Cobblecore than as an opening, unveiling event of Cobbleopolis.
You are so right. Maybe we
That's
should get
amazing.
Roy Boy to come with us so that at the inauguration we can perform a Cobblecore
Oh
set.
my god, yes.
Sure, we need to compose an original song for it.
And we need to throw a massive party to invite everyone to Cobbleopolis because they've obviously never
Except-
heard of this place. We gotta create awareness.
It'll
Thank
be
God we're
a yearly
influencers.
music festival. Cobblecella.
Cobblecella! Cobblecella! Cobblecella!
Festival,
plays from the
Cobble-
fucking top of the crinoline
Cella.
walls.
I like that.
Everyone watch us.
Cobblecella. And then, should we create a cobbler's guild there? Or an
No.
anti-guild?
No cobbler shall ever form a guild or union.
We'll put that in our rules.
Yeah.
We could
Oh.
we could extend invitations to a couple people from the Cobblers Guild from our original town to encourage them to relocate to Cobbleopolis and leave the ranks of the Cobbler Guild. They could also stay in the original town, expand to Cobbleopolis, but agree to leave the Cobblers Guild. That works too. You don't need to ditch their store, just the guild.
So I think if we're going to be squashing cobbler unions, we might also want to codify cobbler labor rights in our constitution.
This is getting very complicated.
This is why I didn't want to be the keeper of the acorns.
Protonia. It makes sense now. Well, now Protonia is aware of Einhard and also Alcata.
All right. Well, I think it's either time for you to run over and see if you can find Roy Boy, or to wait around for Einhard to show up.
I'll go update Roy Boy so he knows that there's going to be a delay on the original album plan, and tell him that there's a TBD music festival in Cobbleopolis. He doesn't have to come right now, but at a certain point, he should be ready to collab.
Excellent. Excellent. Just give me a quick charisma check, just to see how diplomatically you can phrase all of this.
Do you mention your son?
Yeah, that's part
Yeah,
of
probably.
the thing. Yeah, excellent. Perfect. Actually, that's incredibly good. All you needed was a 10. Yeah,
Dang.
Roy Boy's 100% on board, so he'll be there with bells on.
With
and we wait
spants on.
around. with bells on his spants. And then you can wait around for good old Einhard. Well, we'll see. We'll see if he's kind, just, and wise. But he shows up later that afternoon. Having explored the city, he looks around. Aunties, mother, I have arrived. It is I, Einhard.
Ah, yes. You, Einhard.
Yes, I've had to introduce myself many times today.
How did that go? How did people receive you?
To be honest, it was a bit of a mixed bag. Some people thought I was mad. Other people saw my divinity and are willing to join us in Cobbleopolis.
Very good. I think that if some people don't think you're mad, then you should be worried that you're not exciting enough.
I think I understand what you're saying, Mother. I shall endeavor to keep this in mind as I rule my kingdom.
And
I whisper, like, that good advice.
It sounded good to me. We'll see. And what of your quest to prove that you are kind, just, and wise? It's only your first day. It's okay if you haven't made any progress.
That is a heavy task you have given me.
You are a newborn.
I spent my first hour meeting people in the streets. I spent my second hour atop a building, gazing to the mountains, wondering how to achieve these 3 tasks. I spent my third hour eating food. Have you tried food? It's
I love
very
food.
good.
Big fans of food in this
Great,
house.
isn't it?
It was amazing.
I
And
love
my
that
fourth
his
hour is
whole
coming
life
home.
has been a matter of hours, and he could tell us, like, in the hour of my life too, I went.
It's proportional to the age of the world, though, so we're all like, oh, yes, great discovery.
I mean, it sounds like a pretty well-rounded 3 hours to me. Like, meeting people.
Making time
Gazing.
for making time for being pensive. I
Then
applaud
eating.
your use of time, my son.
Would you say it was wise?
I would say it was well spent.
I would ask you, nephew, to determine if it was wise or not. What did you learn on your 3 hours?
Well, I learned to stand on the side of the street, not in the middle of the street.
Nice.
It seems to disrupt the movements of the people.
This is wise.
I learned
That
that
is
horses,
a good lesson. You know,
horses,
a lot of people don't pick up on what you just said. So, like, that's already, you got, like, some advance on others, including me. I have a really bad sense of, like, spatial awareness. So that's really good. Congratulations.
I learned that horses and donkeys are not very talkative.
You gotta get to know them a little bit. You can't just jump into it.
And I've learned that I am cursed.
Wait, what?
Buddy!
I cannot see above the waists of most people. I get lost in a sea of flesh, of shirts, of coattails, of half capes, of cod pieces.
Some
Well,
might
you
call
just
that an advantaged perspective, but I'm not your mother.
But you are his auntie. Go on.
No, I think it's a blessed position through which to view the world at everyone's center, not their false head or their misstepped feet. You see them at their gravity, at their core, and then you can judge them. But judge kindly and wisely.
I feel looked down upon by the tall ones. But
Literally
not
or
that
figuratively?
I don't know that word yet. But in my heart, I feel like their heart connects to mine the same way their eyes gaze down at me.
Would you prefer to look down upon them?
No. I would rather be with those who wish to be with me.
Like the kingdom of the dwarves.
This is all coming together. These things that you have said, Cobbleopolis, Kingdom of Dwarves. I understand now why
Dwarves and friends.
it behooves
You don't know figuratively,
society.
but you learned behooves?
I learned behooves, yes.
Good.
Yeah, I knew that one.
Born with quite the vocabulary.
Yeah, you know, they can't get them
Well,
all.
I am my mother's son. But we're people who see things the same way, should live together, and the architecture should be friendly to all. I went into a place to eat, and the chairs were very tall. It was awkward to climb them. And I went into another place, and they served food over a counter, but the counter was above my head, and there was little. They had to lean over and talk down at me, and I did not like that. I think people of a normal height should have a land for them, and
Normal?
these giants should have a land that is built for them. And we can be friends, and we can work together, but architecture should benefit the people.
My son, there is something to be said for a comfortable home where you know you belong. And that is what Cobbleopolis will be. However, as you rule, you must not forget that sometimes it is important to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Say more on this, please.
A king must be able to walk into a room of giants and know that his place is there because he is there.
Ah.
And yes, you want to go home to your comfortable, normal-sized home and have a chair that's comfortable for you to sit in. But in order to justly and wisely and kindly govern your people, you must also experience other cultures and sometimes be out of what we would call a zone of comfort.
It's really good you took the time to explore the city for these 3 hours. Like she said, they were well spent.
Most of your life, really.
Yeah. You've lived your whole life here. It's a good experience.
Well, I have come here seeking family and seeking a place to sleep. I have heard sleep is good.
It is wonderful.
I feel like it is something I would like to try.
First, you must meet your Auntie Proton.
He looks over. You're not a dwarf, but you're Proton. Greetings, fellow creature of similar stature. You are welcome in Cobbleopolis. My name is Einhard the Divine.
The Divine.
Put that rare mark.
Hi there. Your Auntie Proton will be in charge of constructing your crown jewels, namely the shoes you will wear as you rule in Cobbleopolis. So before you go to sleep, we need to make a last of your feet so that we can construct proper shoes. And if you have any thoughts on how you like to wear things on your feet, now would be the time to share them.
I did see these things called shoes. I saw them come in tall forms and small forms, in dainty forms and sturdy forms. I saw them with little metal caps on the ends. I saw them with toes poking out. There were many types.
Did one strike your fancy?
To be fair, I like no shoes at all.
So perhaps a sandal.
Whatever, sure, that sounds great. I don't know what a sandal is.
It will give your foot room to breathe, but also protect the bottom. And it can be decorated in beautiful ways. I'm thinking a gladiator sandal.
Well, we
I
also
say
talked
to
about the
Proton.
feathers, right? That's the feathers.
Feathers?
Yes, and as befits a king, there will be plumes attached to your shoes that will tower high above your head even, and no one will have taller plumes on their shoes than you, the king of Cobbleopolis.
And so you won't stand over anyone, look down upon them, but they will forever know when you approach. They will be able to accommodate you, and hopefully you find yourself wandering into fewer cod pieces.
This is ingenious. What great god has gifted us with this knowledge?
No god, only your mother and her sisters.
Fantastic. What a divine family we make.
Indeed.
Indeed, I would even dare to say divine and cool, because I don't know if you guys remember, but from last episode, I took a note that says that I have a holy quest to get a sign from 3 people that they think I'm pretty cool and would make a great ambassador to the cleric of Aster. I need a public demonstration that they would follow me, respect me, remember my name. Protoni counts. End of the apartheid. I'm slowly gonna seed into his head that we're cool, including me. I'm trying really hard to be cool.
Also,
Excellent.
as Rachel, as you were describing the purpose of the plumes, it just gave me an image of those like tall flags that are on like kid carts in the supermarket, so you can see where they are.
Yeah, there's little like the scooter carts with like the.
Yeah.
I was like, we
little
don't have
triangle
helium
flag.
yet. We're not quite at that level, so we
Yeah.
can't balloon them, but we'll plume them.
Yep.
All right. Well, you can make some lasts of these, as you called them. No, you didn't call them that. Of Ironheart's feet, and then he'll take a nap, and you can set to work on your shoes. Now, you had said gladiator sandal, peacock plumes that go above the head. How big is a peacock's tail? What's the
Well-
length of a peacock feather?
But it doesn't have to be a real peacock. It could be like the giant bird from the forest.
Sorry, I'm googling a bunch of
Yeah,
like,
like a
Ooh, nice.
Quetzalcoatl feather.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it sounds like
Oh my gosh, up to 9.8 feet from the green peafowl, folks.
what?
Whoa. We learned so much during this game because
This
of our
is-
ridiculous ideas.
We should get public
Eggs.
education funding.
I know a lot about eggs now too.
Yeah, and now I know about peacock feathers.
Yo, I'm dying to make that in the shell scrambled egg you guys showed me. You laugh, you're gonna get a weird picture in the middle of the afternoon one day.
Okay. So it sounds like we've basically got a shoe design, right? We're going to slap some gladiator sandals and a feather, and we're going to wait for Nadinus to get back to us about her divine inspiration.
And she is the goddess of nature, so maybe she has even more beautiful plumage that she wants to.
True.
Add.
Extra plumes.
Well,
Yeah, that's true. Everything we got from her was like sea-based. Like, where's the air-based collection?
Yeah, this is like a whole new season. We need a new new bender
Why-
class.
why don't we take our first break here while the goddess figures out what she wants, and we'll come back on the other side of the break with some ideas. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to City Dwarves. You're working on these shoes, and I see that you've posted some pictures now that I will bring into game of what you think these shoes should look like. Jem, these are the feathers that you're talking about on this one.
It was just an example. Yeah, I was talking about the headpiece, but like, imagine that, but connected to the shoes. And I think we could accept having like a cape piece as well.
Yeah, I think a cape would be very necessary, right?
Yeah, like on the way to the headpiece.
Because part of what our Einhard complained about was also the perimeter that people kind of unknowingly keep around someone a little bit shorter, and how that can kind of feel extra claustrophobic for him. So I'm imagining maybe we potentially also look into something with a lot of width, hula skirt or a hoop skirt, or one of those like when the scared lizards go like, or like an umbrella situation. I don't know.
Okay, let me just bring us to a more organized view. All right.
And so what is it you say you do at D&D?
Yeah, what's a D&D game like?
Yeah, that's the thing. Actually, I had a colleague ask me that. And then she was like, don't you play D&D every week? You should tell me when you play and I can watch it. And I was like, you can. You definitely can. But I don't know if that's like very representative of D&D. Like, you might really like it, but it's a bit different. And she was like, how? Like, aren't you like
We've
doing
rolled
the
one
classic
die so far
things?
today.
She's like, you know, like the role playing and the fights. I was like, yes, role playing and shoe crafting. He's like, what?
Yeah. We've
Like,
rolled
yeah.
one die. We've looked at 3 pairs of shoes so far.
That's it.
All right. So, do we want to change any of these stylings or add to any of these? Because this is going down in dwarf lore for all time. Okay. I'm going to be pulling these designs for my future campaigns. This is Dwarven Society. Give me what you got.
I don't. It kind of depends on how he's going to be comfortable with like capes and other stuff, because the important thing is that the plumes come from the shoes. So if you have a cape, it might hit the plumes.
Okay. Will the two even work together? Can you plume and cape?
I feel like it'd have to be like a short cape.
Like back of the shoulder blades short, or even
A
longer,
cape.
shorter?
I
are we
feel like
talking
the
about?
tradition is more likely to be like a collar than a cape. You know?
Like one of those vampire collars that kind of pops out.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look. Vampire.
Say like
spider.
Elvira, who does that?
Like, my issue is like,
Not over.
how do we connect the shoes to the top of the head piece?
They don't have
Part.
to be connected. I don't think.
But how do you get the
feathers stand up.
plumes that high?
Well, they
Just
stand
magic?
up on a peacock.
If they're sticking straight up from the back of the like heel of the sandal, right? Maybe if we had some sort of suspender situation, like a hitch.
So that's
too.
what
I
I'm
don't know.
wondering. Like, cause like, wouldn't they like fall flat if they're too heavy? Or magic, permanent
Well-
magic.
And this is meant to be like a later gift specifically from Auntie Boldara, but I was thinking of offering him a single boulder holder, like a style Ein one. We're gonna do one just like right here. And so you can kind of wear it, I don't know, as in the imaginary year 2023, the hip kids would a fanny pack across the chest.
Okay.
But how do we hold the feathers?
I think they just stand up.
Okay.
Like, how do you balance a metal thing with rocks in it on your head? You just do, because you're the king.
So like the drawing from Rachel, really.
Yeah, they're just gonna come out. They'll have to be well attached. Maybe you
Yeah.
will reinforce the feather with like a little metal dowel down the middle or something.
Yeah.
And that's why the gladiator sandals, because they have a higher strap.
Okay. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Do they
No.
go that high or higher than the knee?
I think that high is enough, but
Higher.
what about his pants?
Doesn't he wear a toga?
Oh, right.
Toga? Yeah.
He came with a toga.
He did come with a toga, but he's your son. You can redress him however you want.
The accessories he comes with don't have to be the only ones you keep.
The others are sold separately, but you can still buy them.
Yeah.
And what about that, day to night transition that he was gonna have to do eventually?
Right.
Yeah. And like formal casual. Like
Maybe
we
the
just
toga.
accessorize to go between, or
Maybe toga is like the morning outfit. Because I feel like in the morning it's like, oh, I just woke up like this. It's like toga.
Okay.
Oh,
So
you
we'll
can
start.
keep the same
Oh.
shoes.
Does he always wear those shoes, or what? If,
Yeah.
What if we made those sandals, but we can change the feathers and have like the extra long one, the medium one, and the short one, so that like when he wants to be more like comfortable around the house,
And for like
he could wear the
sporting
short.
events.
Yeah, he could wear the short feather, and then when he's all out like visiting another kingdom, long feather.
A queen doesn't wear a crown all day long, right?
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes a circlet.
Right. Right. Sometimes just a tiara.
Just a diadem, whatever you want.
Got it.
I love it. I love it. Is it always going to be a gladiator sandal, right? Because then we're gonna have to look into shorts, skirt, which I love. I'm all for, but I'm just thinking this is a helpful limitation kind of on the wardrobe thing. A lot of swishy, you know, side high split toga skirts, like.
He does say that he doesn't like shoes now, but like he might want boots later.
It's only been 4 hours.
It's only been 4 hours.
That's true. Like he hasn't seen like snow, cold, rain.
He's never gotten a blister. He's never stepped on a pointy rock.
This is a lot like when I started dating Trevor in high school and he wouldn't wear jeans, only cargo pants. His jeans were in cargo. We fixed it fast. But like, you know, it's when they're young, it takes some time.
You've been honing that man for a long time.
And I inserted him right into a spotted Pokemon. So if I didn't make the goddamn key for the lock,
You sure did.
I was gonna say that, and I was like,
You knew
oh,
what you wanted, and you made it happen.
girl's happy. Don't worry about me, folks.
Look at her wearing that Charizard again, smiling.
My Charizard. From 100 Thieves, for sure.
Okay.
I'm jelly.
All right.
That thing looks comfy.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore, Neal. Like,
No, this is-
sorry.
It's beautiful. It's lovely.
Giovanni, what?
Oh my goodness, Anna in my chat has a great idea, which is that we should give him some light up sneakers.
We'd never lose him in the dark.
I mean, it sounds pretty useful in the like mines in the dark. I mean, we have dark vision though.
Well, you're incredibly
like-
onto something here, though, because the ones that make sound too, like people, we're looking for ways that people don't kind of walk into and around him, right? Too close. Sorry.
I think also like there may be some time where like having plumes on your shoes might be like a hindrance, but you need your shoes to still have like a clear flashiness to them because you're the king.
Flashing. Liquid
I
light.
think that's for maybe the next collection.
Okay,
You need to understand his lifestyle and his interests to better.
that's true.
You know, like what if he likes fishing?
Yeah.
Like, what is actually his preferred exercise form?
We
That's
could get
true.
halfway there with like a reflective surface vis-a-vis the mother of pearl inlay. So just like a nighttime running shoe. Like we have dark vision, but does everybody? This king is about accommodation.
You're right.
This short king is about accommodation, folks.
The short king. I agree. I think maybe our gladiator sandals with the 3 feathers interchangeable also has, for the fabric, it's like a reflective fabric. Maybe glow in the dark.
So like a painted leather with like the crushed up mother of pearl in it, perhaps? Sparkling.
Is there room on these sandals to do that? Like, would that just go on top of the leather in all of these spots? We're not talking
Let's
like
just
retro
ask
reflectors on
Nadina's-
the back of his heels specifically.
Let's just ask Nadina's to make it glow the way she makes her fireflies.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, maybe it all glows.
There we go.
Glows. There you go.
Okay. So they're going to be glowing. You're going to be able to change out the feathers. The feathers are going to be reinforced. They're going to have different sizes. We're doing the sandals, and they're going to do a collar but no cape.
Correct.
That's the style. And then, variants upon this for different ranks and positions. And we're not going to, we're talking big picture here. All right. It can be
And
done.
we've been talking feathers, but it doesn't have to be feathers. Like I'm saying plume because it could be like, I don't know, a cattail
little rabbit
from
tail,
the
yeah.
swamp, or it could
Yeah.
be like a plant, or
A plant plume.
Perfect.
Like the elemental swapping. I love this. I'm in love.
Love it. Well,
Oh my god, there are plant plumes. Google plant plume. The Apache plume is a plant that looks like a plume. My mind is blown. I didn't know that. Apache plume. Okay, I'm done.
okay.
Get cattails and light them on fire.
The 2 moods: shoes and pyromania. That's it.
We hold both.
that's like the subtitle to our show, City Dwarves, shoes, and pyromania.
Minor crimes.
Perfect. All right. Now you got to go talk to that goddess Nadineth. How do you get her attention? I mean, she's somewhere, or is she everywhere?
We go to her shrine that we made. She likes us there.
Is this going to be okay for you, sis? Like, do you need like extra support here?
Why? Because we smooched.
Apparently a lot has happened as a result of the smooch, so I'm just checking up with the current events.
I think that, like, above game, Lazuli is like has made dissociation from her feelings and using the circumstances an art form. So she's like, now I'm fine, whatever.
And above game, Boldar's an idiot. Oh, so everything's great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We can head to that little shrine down the block, and you can make some sort of prayers, some sort of sacred...
We'll bring the shoes.
Just started this project. You don't have a completed shoes. Hold on. You're going way too fast. If you can roll me a 20 right now, you've got it.
Any of us?
Yeah, why not have any of you? But I meant you, but I'll take the challenge.
Who's rolling?
I mean, this does increase the odds like 500 to
either
1.
of us.
Oh my god.
That doesn't cancel out.
I was gonna say don't do it, Anna. Like, I knew you were not the right fit. I wanna try rolling just to see what happens.
Actually, all is right with the world.
Oh, that's not allowed either. Go, Rachel. Show us what you got.
No, I don't know. I've been playing too much Baldur's Gate. It just shut down immediately.
I can't believe you got a 1.
I can't.
I've been playing so much Baldur's Gate too. So good.
Same.
Sorry, guys.
I haven't even finished my first playthrough because I'm like, what's in this base? What's in this base? What's in this base?
Same. Every vase has been looked at. Every quest has been quested. Every discussion has been had.
I'm doing it again, but meaner this time.
I will do exactly. Next time I'm gonna be dirge mean. You have to figure out if I'm playing Connar or just tactician.
Hey, Squall. Did you have to sit on top of the Madame Xandudo? Move your ass.
Ooh, 20, 19, 18.
18.
Yeah,
It's close though. It was real close. But no, the shoes are not done. We can just, talk to her. She'll come by when they're done.
The plans.
Great. Yeah. So you show up. What's the process of getting her attention? Surely you must like say some words or burn some sage or
I pick up trash on the way to the shrine and collect it.
Oh yeah, she liked that, huh?
Excellent. Yes. You can pick up some chicken bones off the
we
ground,
don't burn
some scrap leather.
Sage. We like plant a tree.
Plant a tree. Is that like a metaphorical planting a tree, or are you literally going to go get like a sapling and plant it in the field? I just want to know what the reverence level is here. Are we like really chummy, or are we sort of, she's still a goddess, but like now that the relationship has changed, and I want to know how you guys are feeling about it. That's why I'm asking how you approach the temple.
I would bring her like a bouquet, like you would for a date.
Okay, you're gonna bring a bouquet. You're gonna pick up trash, and what were you gonna do, Pebble?
I wanted to find a seed of any fruits or vegetables, and I would like to plant it and water it and like cover it nicely.
Okay, excellent.
And put a tiny little sign that says what it was. It's like really, really small.
Excellent. You can find a watermelon seed on the ground and take that and head over there, plant it, give it a little bit of water, and we'll see what happens. Your gifts are accepted. Your intent is understood. And your connection to the goddess is pretty strong considering all that's happened in the last day or so. And so without much fanfare, without much celebration or reverence or like show of force, just sort of stepping out from a tree is the same old Nadina as before. And she will get your attention. Those of you who might have been really focused on your task at hand might not even have noticed her step out from the tree. There's no, signals or signs or flashes of light and puffs of smoke. But she will step out from behind the tree. Of course you do.
I don't. I keep planting my watermelon.
And she waits patiently for you to approach her and say your piece.
I approach and I give just a little bow and I hand her the flowers.
Thank you.
Of course. Thanks for our son.
You're welcome.
It was a surprise.
Yes, I imagine it was. In fact, I don't have to imagine. I know. But the world needs people. It needs life. It needs growth. And we're going to have to make a lot more people and creatures and animals of all kind. And I would like to come and make one animal for your son. Our son. Our new divine, semi-divine king of dwarves.
Oh, so you know all about the plan for Kobbalopolis.
Yes.
Good. We also are preparing gifts for our son. And we're hoping that you might help make his raiment befitting of the ruler he will be.
I would be happy to do that. As soon as I Google the word raiment. Yes.
Raiment.
Yes, I would.
What is this Google you speak of?
It must mean
the
to
secret
think,
god.
like to noodle on.
Yes.
Tell me more about this animal you're going to make for our son.
When I think about Einhard, son of dwarves, son of gods, I think of a great and mighty spirit, something larger than life, something that encompasses all within its arm span, something magnificent, huge, who can see over all, but is still of this world, is still rooted in the mundane, still rooted in the ordinary world. I imagine a fantastic bird, larger than an elephant, larger than a dozen elephants, with magnificent red plumage.
Whoa.
And
What
considering
will you call this bird?
Kobbalopolis will be built in the mountains, so we should call it a rock.
Ah. Wow. Genius.
Beautiful.
A rock or a rock? Just for notes. Pebble says while
rock.
taking notes. A rock.
Remember early
A
on
rock.
when Neal schooled us and almost killed us with a bird called a rock?
What would
A rock.
ROC, rock.
Yeah, the bird was called Rock.
did I ever
It
do that?
is a rock.
ROC.
They take
Yeah,
the
you
K
just
off,
asked.
otherwise it'd be too heavy to fly.
Oh, so the name is not a rock, it's a rock.
Sorry, Neal.
ROC.
What do you do?
Yeah.
A rock. Okay, a rock. Rock.
That was really good, Rachel.
What was it? I didn't hear it.
Ah, it's dead. Don't worry.
Oh man.
Okay. And you just explain to her the shoes and everything, and she tells you that one of the feathers of this bird will be massive and will easily
Nice.
work as plumage
Nice.
for the boots.
And that makes it seems that the crest of our new king and the flag of Kobbalopolis should bear the symbol, the rock, emblazoned on it.
I like that. And
Perfect.
will the rock manifest itself at Kabbalopolis? Will Einhard meet a rock?
I will build one. And when Martha is ready, we shall birth it into the world in these mountains here. And when the time is right, it shall come down, and you shall take it as your flight to the new city.
And we will name it Dwayne.
I
You'll
look
name
forward
it-
to meeting this Dwayne.
Dwayne?
The Rock. We will name it Dwayne.
Excellent. Yes, yes.
Neal wasn't ready.
It really wasn't. All right.
Also, does she know she's going to make the shoes glow like fireflies?
Oh,
Dwayne.
yeah, you
In the
can tell
night
her
sky?
that.
Yeah.
Can we airplanes?
Yeah, she'll totally make them glow. What if they like emit a soft light out the sides of the bottoms that just kind of like goes in like a, you know, like a 3-foot area around you just so you can see where you're stepping.
Love it.
But like it doesn't interfere with your dark vision. Like you can roll out of bed and put on your shoes and
Yeah.
like you have night lights where you walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
And like
Cool.
the non-dark vision people can at least see something.
Awesome. Well, she's on board. You're on board. These things, they will be done.
Rock holding an elephant.
Yeah.
I didn't realize rocks were that big.
They were in second edition, at least, or at least that was the picture of them. But also, the second edition artwork is it was the 80s. Okay, people didn't know how to draw yet.
You couldn't just Google a rock.
Exactly. I mean, this is the thing that you would. Yeah, this is where the Google come from. Like here is my all-time favorite monster from the second edition Monsters Manual.
That's a what?
It's a Shadu.
A
But like,
shader.
who's
do.
like, who from that group got his face stuck onto like this horse bird?
That's how I was picturing Einhard. So let's keep a close eye on the kid before he.
Oh,
Because
God.
it has to be like somebody from the team that made this.
Right.
At least that's what I would do. I'd be like, oh, look, a new rock. And like, here's Neal's face on it.
I feel like it reminds me of those medieval paintings where they're like, for sure I've seen a lion and it's just like a cat with a human face.
The other great one is the goblin, because whoever drew it just didn't color inside the lines most of the time. And it's just like not the most amazing goblin ever. I mean, it's amazing. This is my favorite goblin of all time, but like seriously, this is your compared with like the gnome. Just saying.
Yeah. And what's crazy is I'm looking at that, and that was like colored pencils and like one take on a piece of paper.
So I'm just like, oh, the deadline's coming. Goblin. Done. Anyway. All right. Shoes are designed. Einhard is around. He's taking a nap. Goddess has been met and dealt with and dispatched in, in a friendly, peaceful, polite, we're just parting ways way. Team, you've been killing it. You followed up on this Einhard thing real great.
Thanks.
What are you going to do now?
Well, I gotta
we
say,
level up because you said we did so great.
All right, Anna.
Not that
if
great.
you can roll higher than a 10. If
You know
you
I
can
can't.
roll higher than a 10 on a d20.
You know I can't do that.
Yeah.
I'm climbing
I'm
up.
so
Give me
happy.
10 more rolls.
honestly, I would have been bummed if you did roll higher than a 10.
Me too. I was hoping, I was actually thinking, man, I would love for it to be a 2. That's like a little better than the 1, but not a lot.
Look, I know myself, okay?
You're doing great.
So then, as soon as Nadinas leaves, I think Boldara's sisterly senses are gonna at least twinge a little bit, but I'm gonna come in here and put an arm around you real sister-like and look up into whatever direction of the sky she disappeared off into. And then turn to you, Losley, and be like, yeah, you guys okay?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, why wouldn't we be?
I seen you use more charm on the guy at the fucking grocery store.
You don't think I was charming?
I'm just saying your usual level of charming, but that was it. And Nadina's, I don't know, she talked to you like she talks to me. Like, it seems like you got something real special here. And I gesture to your kid who is like having the 5th hour of his life, I don't know, observing the side of the road. I just want to make sure that you are getting everything that you need, sis, in this odd situation.
It's casual, you know? It's just it's casual.
All right.
It's whatever.
Well, we're here for you.
Leo's face.
And, yeah, if anything changes, you just let us know, sis. We're on your side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah,
You know,
okay.
like between a god and her sister, we'll pick our sister every time.
Aw.
Even if it causes Kabalopolis to fall into a giant chasm and disappear back into the ignominy from whence it came.
It's not like we're super invested in it anyway, like, at this point. But we have a lot of dreams for Einhard.
We're like, not like we're invested in Einhard's over there, like looking at the sky.
I mean, I've had this
Alright.
kid for 5 hours, and honestly, I'm still in the take it or leave it part. But, you know, it's just really growing on me, sis.
Alright, so we need to make the shoes. And what do we need to do before our departure? I guess we depart once the rock joins us.
If we have any like ongoing shoe projects, we have to finish those.
There's the whole cobblecore stuff is like mostly in development, but there's still a few things to be worked out. I don't know if you wanted to try to craft a situation to test Einhard on his kindness, justice, and wisdom, or if you're just gonna like let him do that on his own.
I want him to do that in Kabalopolis.
In Kabalopolis, yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna go and you're gonna actually like oversee things while he does stuff. Got
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna set up his court as regents,
Got
and
it.
then he's gonna prove that he's kind, just, and wise, and then we're gonna have the coronation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
then it's just making the shoes and waiting for the rock to come by, and then it's taking off to Kabalopolis for a while.
Well, we need to recruit some citizens for Kabalopolis a little bit, right? At least some that know what's going on that aren't going to be as new and
Yeah,
unexperienced.
we need to announce that we're gonna, how could we call that? Like, we'll rebirth the store later, but we need to pause the store here for a little while, right?
I think we got to tell people that Kabalopolis is up and coming. We got to instruct people on how to get there. And, you know, we got to prepare people for what is about to be the greatest show of all time in Cabela, where Cobblecore and the greatest band within the scene, N-Step, are going to play. Like, should we take these people on? What is it called when you, like, show people, like, a route? Like a tour? We go on tour and lead them there?
Or
Maybe an initial show for N-Step here, get a sense of the crowd.
like a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
He was recruiting people already. What he said, right?
He did say
Yeah.
that. Yes.
If we give him some flyers and have a recruitment meeting here in the city with like a musical guest.
But we need everybody to know that we're like leaving town for a little while, and I think they should pass their like final orders when we only have limited bandwidth, so they might be more expensive.
Yeah.
And then
Final
we're gonna
2
like
weeks before hiatus.
yeah.
Do we do a sale? We don't have any product in store, right?
We don't need to
It's
do a
all custom.
sale. Like it's like the opposite. We do like a limited collection.
Ooh. Limited slots available.
It's like the last collection from like the pre-Kabalopolis era.
Okay.
Are the rocks going to be able to carry our cats? And Protoni?
You said it was the size of many
yes.
elephants.
Yes. The rock is physically capable of carrying the cats. The question is, are the cats cool with the giant bird of prey?
Don't
We
we have
can
a
walk
crate?
there.
Don't we have a crate for the cats?
The
We do,
carrying
yeah.
boxes.
You do.
Yeah.
You could crate the cats. You could crate
Yeah.
the cats. Crate the cats.
Crate the cats
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy.
Okay, perfect.
for their safety and ours.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. One final sale. We're going to do this real quick. I'm going to have each of you tell me a skill that you're using to promote your sale, and then make a check based on that. And then I'm going to have each of you also make me your own cobbling check, because in order to, get through with all the sales, you can't just rely on Pro Tony to do everything. You're all going to need to pitch in, roll up your sleeves, and actually do some shoemaking again. So that's going to be 2 rolls from everybody. We're going to start it with, how are you advertising? What skill are you using?
I am
Describe the method.
persuading everybody. I'm using my charisma all over town to tell everyone how, get it now or get it after the great Cobbleopolis. So, hurry, hurry, hurry.
Bring on the persuasion. Oh my god, that's an amazing persuasion roll. That's fantastic. Yes. People flock. Next person. What skill are you using?
For advertising?
Yeah. How are you advertising?
Boldara is using her loud ass voice.
And what skill would that be? Is that
Strength?
Yeah, my bellowing or the constitution it takes to
not that column? That's the next column with the athletics, acrobatics. Yeah, one of them things.
Intimidation. I'm going to walk into the ram's spiral, and by that I mean the ram's ass, and I'm going to yell over the late evening din.
Excellent.
And I'm actually going to do this throughout the
To
city.
argue, you do need a lot of respiratory strength to yell a lot, so you could use athletics. Just
Could use
saying.
athletics.
It's your call, Boldara.
I think athletics would be the +5 for me. What the hell?
Oh, that's
is
what
that?
you get for changing your mind based on someone else's opinion.
I'm coughing. It's the first time I try, and I have to come home, and I'm quiet. I'm silent.
You lost your voice.
Last but not least, Pebble. Adorable
So-
Pebble. How are you going to persuade people to come to your sale?
I was thinking either perception or insight. It's the same role anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to find people that have low self-confidence like me,
Oh,
and then appeal to them with empathy and say that I think what would help them is shoes.
oh, sweetie.
And
You just need
maybe
a
a dragon
makeover, and then
stick.
you won't be so
Yeah.
shy anymore. I think I've seen
Yeah,
this movie.
look at me talking to people.
Excellent. Give me your insight to locate the weakest members of the pack and prey on their weaknesses so that you can get them to spend money at your store.
Yeah,
that sounds great.
that's
Investigation
Madison,
or
right?
perception?
Yeah, whichever one you want.
Insight?
Yeah.
I guess.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's the number we're looking for. Fantastic. So one amazingly good roll, one amazingly bad roll, and one right in the middle. We got a great sale that goes on. People come in from all around. Mostly they're coming because Lazuli is really fucking persuasive. That's where the majority of them come from. But Boldara, you didn't even make it. Pebble, people actually noticed you. You weren't just completely forgettable. And you got some customers, and they came in. Now, we're going to have everyone
Wow.
make a cobbling check. You should have a cobbling tools button on the lower left if you scroll down a bit. Maybe cobbler's tools.
Ooh, cobbler's tools, cool.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm cobbling up a storm. I'm on fire.
Excellent.
I'm a mommy.
Yeah.
Next cobbler.
Moving. Cobbler. I just
Scroll
click
down.
cobbling.
Far left. Cobbler's tools. Cobbling, one of them things.
It's
On your-
underneath your passive wisdom.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking straight up and like that. Yep. Boop.
Boom. Oh, bad day,
Okay.
Boldara.
Are you sick?
Cobbling? Is that? No, I didn't find it. Where is it?
Mm,
Oh, here. Oh, here you
Oh.
go. I've been practicing so hard.
It's all right. You
Excellent.
can go to bed, Boldara. We got this covered.
This is why it's a team activity.
I'm gonna take the 2 rocks with me and snuggle between them in bed.
Rocks, not rocks.
Right.
Yeah, or with the kit.
Right.
Uh-huh.
Right. All right. You spend your final couple of weeks here building out all the shoes. You get a good number of customers. Your tool dice exceed your persuasion dice. So not only do you finish the tasks in time and make money, which we'll roll for in a moment,
Ooh.
you also end up with a little bit of extra free time. So let's just do a quick little... will each of you roll me a... This is an awkward number. A D7... I'm sorry, 2D37. That was the total of your persuasion checks was a total to a 37. So you're each going to roll 2 of those, and that's how much gold you're going to get. So 36 from Seltzer, 38 from Anna. Jen. 2D37, please. And
So I was very
62.
distracted by my cat trying to eat the popcorn. I made
That's
a
all
mistake.
good.
I made him smell it. It was a mistake.
That's how many gold we got?
Yes, that is 136 gold. That's 45 for each of you, and one of you gets an extra.
Jen gets the extra because she rolled the highest.
Excellent.
Okay. 46. I have so much gold on me.
Don't tell Neal that.
Okay. I didn't
Excellent.
say anything.
All right. It's all ready. The shop is shut down. You've got a little bit of time to say goodbyes. Is there anyone in town you want to say goodbye to? Is there any last
Boldara?
little bit?
So I have a confession as Boldara. When you told me that I could go upstairs to bed, I wasn't sleepy. So I actually just kind of went meandered around town and just wanted to walk past, any lit windows anywhere in the vicinity of where, I don't know, Bethany might be. Just to, I'm going away for a while. I want to make sure she's, in a good spot when I leave.
Aw, that's.
I don't really have anybody
very
else
sad.
to say goodbye to. But I don't know how that went for me, or if I was successful.
Well, Boldara, there you are outside the window. You're
God.
familiar with the house. You've seen it from the outside. You climbed up the fireman's pole into the bedroom once.
Allegedly, no one ever connected me with the events of that night, and I want to say maybe it wasn't me at all, and fuck you for suggesting.
It's evening time. There's candles on in the room. You can see through the window because it's dark outside and light inside, and that's how transparency on glass works.
Actually, close my curtains. Unrelated.
Oh. This is an interesting roll. Because what you see is Bethany. And she's seated by the window. And she's looking out the window, like, cupping her face to it so she can actually see through it with the glare of the light. But she's cupping upward. And she's looking up at the stars in like a really lonely, isolated, kind of lost way.
Bethany looks around her on the street, locates a minuscule little pebble, and without much force, but with what I hope is great accuracy, I throw this at what I hope is a pane of glass in front of Bethany that she is pushing her face to, and not directly at her. Because glazing is a very impressive thing for all of us to be having invented 80 years into this existence.
It is. It's just fantastic. The little rock hits the window. It's not hard. It's not a moving target, and it's a big window. With a little tink, She will look down, and with another 17 on her d20, she'll easily spot you and do the sort of like, wait, who is that? And then the eyes open as she realizes, and then she like looks over her shoulder for a moment, and there's a beat. And then she gets up quickly. You grab something off the back of her chair, disappears in behind her. Like 10 heartbeats pass. And I don't know, they're probably like long heartbeats. And then the front door kind of cracks open just a touch. She steps outside and does the like press and hold the door and close it quietly. Before hopping down the steps.
You know, Neal, I hope the guy should make some noise when she does this, because, you know, I was just about to hit her with my best Kevin James when she was looking out the window, and I saw her take off, and like, shucks, the shoulders never came down, right? I just turned back towards home and started slow walking.
Oh!
I know.
My heart.
No!
I can hear this piano music as Boldara. I know it's not going to go good for me. I'm just shuffling away.
Well, she saw where you were. It's only been 10 heartbeats.
Yeah, I mean, I've summoned my fucking blade, but like I can't fight this battle with that.
She certainly sees Boldara walking away. The question is,
Are the steps creaky?
no, the question is, does she go after you or call after you, or does she just go back inside?
What will she do?
For this, what we're gonna need is a morale check. That's a 2d10, and you want to roll as low as possible if you want her to pass, which is, you know, having the strength and courage and convictions to go forward. And so we're gonna have Anna roll 1d10, and we're gonna have Jen roll the other d10.
Oh no!
And
well,
you want
as low as
low.
possible.
If you want her to come after Boldara, you want a low roll. If you want to keep them separate, you roll high.
Make me a sad meow meow.
It's not that I roll low, it's that I roll the opposite of what I want.
I see. Because with the
Or
12,
is okay.
Those are both under 10. Traditionally,
Yeah.
the Arbiter.
but combined they're a 12, and we wanted a 10 or lower.
Don't put this on
wait.
me. The love story of let Rachel roll.
Did I
instead of
mention
me.
I'm sobbing?
What if we do 3 of us? D10.
Wait, I have inspiration.
Let me roll for
don't I?
subtraction.
Oh, inspiration.
Yeah, I think it's on your character
I
sheet.
do. I have inspiration. I'm gonna re-roll.
Well, expend the inspiration and re-roll.
Bless us, Lathander, in this our hour of need.
Make me so pathetic, please, sister.
Oh, it's the same die.
What'd you say your curse was, Anna? that it just, you wished for something different, and so the dice gave you the same.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have an inspiration? Because I could re-roll and maybe roll lower. If I have a 1.
Check your character sheet.
I have an inspiration.
Well,
I'll use my inspiration.
Then you need a 1 or a 2 on a d10.
This is
Oh my
the most
God.
important role in the game so far.
Okay, go away. It's very important.
I'll never forgive you, Neal.
Oh my god, God damn it, it's worse.
She looks. She sees Boldara walking away. She might even hear a sob in the distance. She pulls the shawl that she grabbed off her desk to keep her warm in the cool night air a little tighter. She watches, and then she slips back inside.
Wait, make a stealth check
To see if she goes in quietly.
to see if she makes a noise, because if she does, Boldara will turn around.
Maybe.
My heart would skip a beat at the sound of a creaking hinge or a swollen step in this obviously rainy evening, based on the salt
Music.
shaker sound in the background.
I got a question for you, Boldara. Bethany, is she graceful?
She moves like a Clydesdale horse, and that's one of the prettiest things about her.
Here's her stealth check. It's a 16. It's
God
quiet.
damn it, Bethany,
She
put
slips
shoes
inside.
on. It's chilly out. Oh, you're walking out here barefoot. I can't hear you.
Never gonna get over
My
this.
heart is broken.
God, that was the saddest series of rolls of all time. It's a missed connection.
Just decide you turn around. Just turn around.
No way she'd come for me, sis.
You can't.
She ran
Well.
scared from me.
We're gonna take a break. And when we come back,
Oh.
we're
Good, I
gonna
need a
go
break,
to
man.
Cobbleopolis. See you then. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to City Dwarves. Everything is going great in the first city the world has ever seen. Everything is fantastic. Our party's made money. We only have one more goodbye to say, I think. And
I love how Neal's like, everything's fantastic. After dashing our dreams, he's like, yeah, everything's great. Everyone's happy. Everything's fine.
I'm really sad.
Me too.
But I'm proud of you, Rachel, for walking away. Like you're sticking to the role play.
Yeah, Rachel is being a good D&D player. I would not have
Yeah.
been that good of a D&D player.
I'm upset.
Mhm.
But
Found that
proud.
photo of DJ
Upset-
Wheat and the Wheat Thrush.
That's amazing.
Upset but proud.
Boldar is upset. I'm thrilled.
I have mad respect for Rachel in this trying time.
It's just, it's going to be so much crazier later on whenever we see Bethany again. Don't worry.
Playing the
I hope
long
that's
game,
true.
I see. Excellent. Well, last but not least, Pebs. Good old Dr. Pebs.
Yeah.
You wanted to say a goodbye too, didn't you?
To Giovanni.
Oh, Giovanni.
Mhm. Yeah. I
Now-
would like. Oh, yeah.
When you were going to say goodbye, you were going to bring gifts.
Yes.
You were going to bring the gifts of a name for his bowling alley.
Mm-hmm.
And was there something else?
I need to get the boulder holder back.
Ah, right. No. Then he has to give you the boulder holder back.
Yeah, but I also wanted to bring him like flowers because he brought me flowers. So I wanted to like, yeah, like I won't put too much effort into it, but like on my way there, I look for something I can carry over.
Excellent. Yeah, just roll me a d20. See how good your flowers are.
Oh,
Yeah, those are some nice flowers that you find alongside the road.
yeah,
pick
he
'em
had
up?
given me like pretty shitty flowers, I think.
He'd
They
not
were
roll
like
well on his
all
flower
like,
check.
yeah, they were
Yeah,
pretty
they were
bad.
like weeds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were weeds.
They're like
and I
dandelions
like just,
that he grabbed. Mhm.
yeah. Mm-mm.
Well,
Okay.
you can find something that actually has a nice flower that someone has planted for its flowering effect. And it might not be like in perfect bloom. Maybe it's missing like a petal or two.
Yeah.
But for just grabbing something on the way to a house is pretty good.
Okay. Pretty proud of my flower.
Yeah.
Like dust it off. I'm like, let's go.
And remind us again, Giovanni is Roy Boy's younger brother? No.
Cousin?
What, cousin? Roy Boy's
That's
cousin?
true. Let me check. He has a something about Roy Boy. The Swift Tailor, that was excellent.
That was.
I don't know. How did Roy Boy introduce Giovanni?
They were definitely
Has a
related.
half-brother named Giovanni.
Mm.
Yeah, here's the
Yeah.
City Dwarves NPC wiki page.
Wow, that's.
Oh, it's a half brother.
Half-brother.
Half brother is Roy Boy, and he saved a jellyfish last time I saw him.
Yeah. Well, you can find Giovanni. There he is. He's working at his dad's carpentry shop. Pretty certain
That's a
what
good
his dad
job.
does. Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Oh, yeah, that's
wants-
okay.
Yeah, he wants to get into professional gaming. He wants to build a bowling alley. Doesn't want to be working at a carpentry shop.
Wants to be a pro gamer.
Yeah, I get that. I like
dream.
cobbling, but also my martial arts, so like I can relate.
Yeah, well, you show up at the shop. There he is. He's got a planer, and he's just whoosh, 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 planing something down, getting it nice and smooth.
Ling ling ling. I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
you walk in
probably
the
some
shop,
rings.
the bells ring. His father comes on over to the front of the shop. Oh, hi there, madam. Is there something that you would like?
Hi,
Are
I'm
you here for someone?
Yeah, I wanted to say hi to Giovanni. I'm Pebble. Nice to meet you.
Oh. Your Pebble?
Yeah.
He gives you a look down his nose that is not necessary. Hmm.
My eyes tear
Gio,
up.
you've got to
My
guess.
eyes tear up a little bit.
Giovanni will come on over and hi.
Hi. It's Pebble.
It's Giovanni.
I brought you flowers. Look.
Oh, those are nice.
Yeah, I think I did a pretty good job. No,
He
not like
awkwardly
a 20,
doesn't take
but
them
like,
from you. He just looks at them in
Oh.
your hands.
they're for you.
Thank you. He looks at them.
Also, I've been thinking about names for your bowling alley.
Oh, I got a bunch of them. What'd you got?
I got
Wait,
rock
hold
and
on.
roll.
Hold.
Oh.
Dad, I need a few minutes. And he bolts out of the shop with you and heads around down the street a little bit at a
I
brisk
run
pace.
with him. I like
Yes.
bolt with him.
The two of you escape the confines of the workman's shop, head down to a nice, quiet, secluded alley out of view of passerby, where the two of you can just have a nice conversation. Okay, I've been thinking of a whole bunch of names. What names did you come up with? You had a bunch, you said?
Yeah, I thought of rock and roll.
Well, that's pretty good.
Rolling Stones. It didn't come from me, but somebody said it and I thought it was really good.
That's my favorite
And-
so far.
Of course it is. And Giovanni Alley. Giovanni. Because it's like a bowling.
Gio-Valley?
Yeah, it's like you in a bowling alley. Giovanni.
Yeah, but like a valley implies like slanted
Yeah,
sides,
right.
which would
That
be like
doesn't work.
maybe
Alright,
a valley would
it's
work
good.
for like the kids zone where it's easier. You know, where
That's
your
true.
chances of success are higher.
That's true. But yeah, Rolling Stones, rock and roll. Pebble Trouble. What? No.
Pebble
You
trouble?
wouldn't put.
What?
Yeah.
What was that?
You wouldn't
Nothing.
put Pebble in the name of your bowling alley. It's nothing.
Well, that was. I mean, that was okay. Well, those are better names than I had. I really like Rolling Stone. That was a really good name. That's a great name,
Thanks.
Pebble. Where'd you get it? That's such a fantastic name.
My friend told me it the other day,
Wow.
and I've been thinking about it ever since. I was like, wow, I bet Giovanni would like this name. Because I feel like Giovanni and my friend have some similarities.
Sounds like a really good friend, too.
Yeah, he
Probably
really
really-
is.
Dependable and trustworthy.
hmm
Yeah.
And he has a
Wow.
nice cat. What?
Anyway.
All right. Yeah. So the flowers, the name, and I did want to tell you that we're going to be going away for a little while, because we're going to Kabalopolis. We're starting up a new city. My
you do
sister. Yeah, it's over there. Look at the mountain. We'll
Wait, but, like-
start.
Are you allowed to?
Apparently so. We got granted the rights to queenhood and kinghood. And we're just gonna start up this whole new city, dwarf-sized.
Wait, can I move out of my parents' house?
Do you wanna come?
Well, I don't know about that. I didn't think I was allowed to leave.
I mean, how old are you? What's the legal age for leaving?
He's Italian. He stays.
I'm 17, but I don't know. The thought never even crossed my mind.
Well, you know what? We will need all kinds of people at Kabalopolis, and I'm sure that you could help us set up a carpenter store, but also maybe a bowling alley. It could be a little bit of both.
Wow, how would that work?
Attract people to the carpenter store because they need carpentry, but then you happen to have a bowling alley that they can play while they wait.
They wait,
And then
question
maybe they really get into the bowling alley and that becomes their main business. think your bowling alley is very promising.
Yeah, me too.
You could call it fix them up and knock them down.
That's pretty cool.
I'm gonna mute again.
I feel like we could use
leaving?
as soon as the new type of bird is brought into existence, comes into the city, and then we're gonna roll out of town at that point. So probably a couple of days, maybe weeks.
He looks down at his feet, kind of kicks the ground a little bit, scratches his head. Wow, that sounds really big and impressive. A new bird's gonna fly to you to a new city that you're building and ruling, and you're like able to bring people. And
But we
here I
need
am, like stuck in my parents' house, working for my. Wow, you're a really big person. You know that? You're like way up there.
like who?
Yeah, I mean, look at you.
Oh my god.
Like, you're so impressive. I mean, why are you even hanging out with me?
I think you're cool too. You're very passionate about your bowling alley, and the way you like saved that jellyfish was really rad and impressive and courageous and brave.
Oh, no, I don't think jellyfish have any feelings. I talked to some people afterwards, and they said that they're just dumb blobs of jelly, and that it was waste of time.
I don't think it was them. I think the goddess Nadinus would have been impressed with your bravery.
Oh, and impressed enough to build me a bird.
Not yet, but maybe if you came along with us to Kabalopolis, you could have a fresh start, and we need creative-minded people for a new city.
You'd really bring me?
Yeah, I get a +1.
And you'd pick me?
Yeah. I mean, my sisters are already coming, as well as Pretoni. Those are like basically my favorite people in the whole wild world. And right after that, there's you.
Aww.
It's pretty good.
Wow.
Well, there's the cats. There's the cats, sorry, but right after the cats. I mean, they're really cool though. Like, you saw them.
They're really good cats. I couldn't measure up to them. Okay.
So, I mean, you can think about it. If you want to come along, just keep an eye out for the big rock bird. He's going to be red and huge, like 12 elephants huge. You should see him pass by. You could just run up to our shop and depart with us.
Okay. Yeah, is that tomorrow? Today? Next week?
I don't know. Just watch out for the red bird.
Okay. Wow. Okay, I gotta go pack a bag and I gotta tell my dad and my brother. And is my brother coming?
Oh, Roy boy. Well, I know that he at least knows that we're starting up this new city because he will be part of our opening concert. So he can come along at least for the journey.
Is that what he's been acting really weird. He's been like giving stuff away.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's moving there permanently, but he's at least coming for the journey and to create Kabalachella. It's an annual festival at Kabalopolis.
Okay. Well,
And
I have to go now.
Yeah, and we could even organize like a little improvised bowling alley celebration for the festival. I'm sure people would like to play games there.
Okay.
Okay.
And you've moved out and around like into an little alleyway, and he led you here.
Yeah.
So he has to like squeeze past you to get out to the alleyway. But as he like squeezes past you, he does like a really quick like on the side of your cheek. Just like a
And
quick
I'm
like
like, okay.
peck, and then like a run, and then like a run as fast as like.
I turn red and then I run home. I arrive home completely out of breath without the boulder holder.
Oh.
I would like to think that we're still awake to greet you, right? Is it super late at night? Have you guys been out
No.
late?
No, this is
No.
midday.
Yeah, it's midday.
This is midday. You guys are like packing. You've got like your
Yeah.
headbands on as you're like working around.
Oh my god, Pep, what happened?
I'm a bit shook because I just said goodbye to Giovanni, but then things kind of spiraled and I decided to invite him as my +1 because I figured I could guess the +1. And then he said I was cool. Oh! And
Okay.
like he liked my flower. My flower was better than his flower. And then we talked about the bowling names and he liked my bowling names. And then his dad looked down on me and my eyes got teary because he was like full of judgment. Really awkward moment. Anyway, went out into the alley with him. He gave me a kiss on the cheek, and I'm afraid I'm about to have a newborn son too.
Are you? Well, how
I
does
don't
this...
know. Is that how it works? I mean,
Also,
it wasn't. It was just on the cheek though. Like,
Proton? I'm not a scientist or a doctor. Maybe? God dang it, Pep. I swear to God, we're gonna love this kid.
Leslie, are we about to have a
What?
second
What?
child?
What happened?
Giovanni, just me on the cheek.
I think you're gonna be okay.
But like,
I-
how do you know?
Like, okay with a baby or okay without a baby?
I think when your sister has just had a baby, if
Me?
you get kissed on the cheek, no, I
You?
had one. Remember?
You did, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
that if
from
you
a
get
cheek
kissed on the
kiss?
cheek, it's too soon after I had a baby for a kiss on the cheek to result in another baby.
Because it's like kiss on the lips, right? That's how you get the baby.
I mean, I don't know, like maybe if you got kissed on the cheek, but it had been like a month since I had a baby, like maybe.
Huh.
But I think you're safe.
Okay. All right, cool. I got really nervous. I got all red and I ran home.
But you
'cause I was
should
like,
be
oh
really
God, oh God.
careful, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't do anything. He just did it. I mean, I gave him
Wait,
flowers.
without you saying it was okay, he did that?
It was a surprise, but it was nice.
Okay.
I mean, it could have been bad, but like, it was nice. He wasn't like, oh.
A bit, Pep, what I'm asking, do I kill him or do I not kill him?
No kill. He's
Oh.
coming along.
No,
He's joining
right.
us for the journey
For now.
for now. I agree. Things could take a dark turn.
I sure hope this rock is big.
Have you seen this picture?
You know what? Actually, Neal, I haven't.
You didn't see it?
Is it in the?
elephant?
I
It's
have my
below
giant-
the woman with the feathers.
Ah, I see it now. See, I had my character sheet up and.
Oh. Yeah, it's big.
So, okay, that's the elephant for scale. And that's not just like a tiny elephant, right?
Correct.
Got it.
It's a
But good question.
miniature elephant. And like
Oh.
how like a lot of people could fit on one elephant.
That's
Well,
true.
I wonder if the bird seems to have an easier time carrying the elephant than maybe with all of us fucking with the aerodynamics riding on its back. Do we want to make like a little like carry cart?
We could.
With a glass bottom so we could see everything we're flying over. I should go talk to Bethany about it.
I feel like carts are not in my wheelhouse for building.
Brunch.
Ha! Nice. I didn't even think of that.
I'm just concerned about the cats. And I have now projected all of my anxiety
But, like,
onto the
why-
animals traveling.
Why do we have to go by bird? Can't we just like walk there?
Because it's
Take a long
not
time.
those mountains. Here's a map of a later period in the world. Don't worry about it too much.
There's a lot of trees, Neal.
Yeah. Well, the place where you are right now is this spot right here on the coast. And so these are the mountains where your cousins live that you've visited before. this is a different time period where you're no longer living in a forest where it's a desert instead. Don't worry about why that happens. But the new kingdom of dwarves is going to be out here among these mountains. So it's actually a pretty far, it's like 240 miles as the crow flies. But if you have to walk around the mountains and over rivers and past lakes and stuff, it's a long way on foot.
Yeah, why would you take a long, stupid journey on foot through mountains and mines and forests when you could just have a giant bird fly you? I don't know.
Exactly.
Why would anyone do that?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have limited spots.
Yeah, limited spots.
How many spots?
Conveniently enough to carry what you need, but not more.
Okay.
The cats are my +1.
Okay.
It's fine.
I was
As usual.
We're gonna crate the cats, and then the rock is gonna hold the cat crate in its claws. Is what I was assuming.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
That's not terrifying at all.
I'm gonna ride down there with them, and I'm gonna put a hole on top of each one so I can pet them both as we fly.
Mhm.
We should probably also
You're like flying like this over.
Yeah, I'm just laying down there like, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. This is how I'm gonna get to the state of Washington. It's okay.
I also think we should safety chain to the wrist of the rock just in case. For safety.
Now,
But we need some people. Like it won't be a festival if there's just like Roy Boy, Giovanni, his half brother, and like.
well,
But we're
lucky
not
for
having
you,
the festival yet. We're just going to get ready for it, and then we invite people.
and Einhard has been working very hard to gather people. He's gathered some of the locals from the city that are coming along. Apparently, the God of Stair is going to make some new dwarves there as well. There'll be folks. It's in the bag. The only thing that is truly before us, now that everything else has been rounded out, is just a quick chat with good old Lazuli here. Not to be confused with Lorelei. Although sometimes I get similar vibes. Laz.
Yeah.
Each of your sisters had, goodbyes to say. Things to do. And you earlier had mentioned that you've been low-key, disassociating from some of the more complex feelings that Lazuli been having. Is there anything, when your sisters aren't here, when they can't see your face or hear your voice, is there anything going on in Lazuli's head that something that's missing here, a goodbye that needs to be said, a feeling about a special someone that needs to be addressed? Things were kind of complicated and pretty fast. With someone out there, you went from 0 to 100 in a split second, and then it was over. And like that, those sorts of whirlwinds, sometimes you brush them off, sometimes they stick around. Is there anything you want to let us in on?
I don't think. I mean, she already told Roy Boy the plan and is going to see him soon. I don't think she goes to see anyone, but I think when she's alone, like, what you see her doing is kind of just like lovingly futzing around the shop and like polishing this thing that's already clean and like reorganizing these things that are on the windowsill and kind of like sitting and looking at the shop. And she's remembering being a kid there with her parents and kind of like almost seeing the ghosts of her parents working in the cobbler shop.
Yeah.
But she's fine. No big deal. Just, some memories. And as soon as someone walks in the door, she would just be like, what? Nothing.
Okay. So just like a little reminiscent, a little nostalgic, melancholy. Which one of these? On the emotion wheel, where are we turning?
Nostalgic, yes. And I think there's an element of like you said, everything's happened so fast and she's just kind of like been thrown in a direction. And I think that like what she's been doing to keep the family safe since her parents died. I mean, like, the shop was in ruin. They had no money. And since then, she's just been like, whatever comes, grab it, keep going, do stuff, you know, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I think maybe there's an element of worry of like, I never asked myself if I'm going the right direction. And now I'm leaving the shop. And I didn't really realize that would feel weird.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe like an element of self-doubt of like, are we going the right direction? You know what I mean?
Okay. Sort of you've been doing things by the seat of your pants, but in a comfort zone where you've been able to manage it all, but now you're finally like maybe at the edge of what you think you can do.
Or like, she never lets anyone see any doubt. And so she, you know, it would seem from the outside that like she thinks, yeah, of course, this is a great plan. This is absolutely what we're going to do. No hesitation whatsoever. But this is where you get the glimmer of like, she actually doesn't know what she's doing. And she's just like trying to fly confidently by the seat of her pants and make her sisters believe she has everything under control.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, last question. If you could numeralize the amount of faith that Lazuli has in herself right now, because I know faith in yourself changes, it fluctuates, you know, day to day, sometimes hour by hour. But right now, where would you say Lazuli's faith is on a range of 3 to 18 with an average of 10.5 and a standard deviation of 3.5? Where would you say Lazuli's faith is in herself?
Good question. Faith in herself. Does she have faith in herself? She has faith that she will be able to like get out of any situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess maybe you're right that it's something about the comfort zone that like she's been in this town her whole life and this is going to be a new place where there might be new rules, and granted she's going to try to make the rules, but like who knows? She's never lived in the mountains before.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I would say just a 10.
Just a 10.
Just a like, she's not unconfident, but she's not super confident.
Right. You can manage the situation, but it's new territory. It's something unfamiliar, maybe a little concerned, but we're not lost.
I think definitely the motherhood thing actually scares her way more. She is very certain that she is faking being a good mom for sure.
Ooh, this does bring up another question then. And we're near the end of our campaign for the day, or nearing the end. We don't need to go into what could easily be a bottomless pit. How does Lazuli remember her own mom? We've never met your parents in game. We've never really talked about them. We just said, you know, they died.
Yeah, we never really talked about how they died. Oh, it was
we were like barely
yeah.
traumatized.
Yeah. We moved on really fast because City of Dwarves is a happy, upbeat show, which is super fun, and you know, it's non-violent, and lots of good things are happening, and no one's ever. It's always fine. Yeah. But your parents died in a plague, and what's Lazuli's relationship like with her mother?
Wait, in a plague? But like, weren't they like killed with like the cobbler shop thing?
No, your shop was robbed while you were at the funeral.
Wow.
It's rough.
Yeah.
I think she's mad at her parents. Like, I think she just hasn't processed it. So it's not like if you asked her, she'd be like, I'm angry at them and here are my reasons. It's just a purely primal, like, they abandoned us and we needed them and I'm angry and I won't think about them.
Got it. That must make it hard to navigate this unexpected challenge when you're sort of holding the only role models you've ever had at arm's length.
And having not really dealt with that or thought about it, I'm leaving their legacy behind too. Like temporarily, but like That's why I think she was cleaning the shop, where she's like almost doing that as a sort of rite, you know?
All right. Well, the day comes that the rock appears. It's big. It's got red feathers, that like, crimson red, that, dark, ruddy red. It's got these gleaming golden claws with black talons, huge beak that, could fit 5 people in and of itself. And it's carrying underneath its claws a platform of logs suspended by ropes. And it soars into the town, circles before landing outside on the beach a few moments later.
Dwayne has arrived. Rejoice.
For some reason, I pictured it carrying an elephant.
Well, this is way more convenient than an elephant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boldara, box up the cats.
Box up the cats.
The very
They're
large
already
cats.
in the boxes. They like pre-boxed themselves.
They like it in there. I've been training them.
Excellent.
They like the boxes.
Boulder, are you bringing the rocks?
Absolutely. Are you crazy? I turn around and display them strapped across my back. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're bringing the rocks.
Sorry. You get the cats. You get the rocks.
Also,
you get
our
Giovanni,
fortune.
You get Roy Boy. You bring your money. You get your proton.
Yeah.
And then we, as a final act of the shop, lock up everything as best we can.
Oh.
Yeah.
You put the keys in. You turn them. You twist the handle a couple times just to make sure it's all good
of
and
our
locked
shoes
up.
are sold. We also leave with our shoe crafting equipment, at least the minimals,
Enough to start up again.
Yeah.
And
to
we're
do
paying the
any
people
cobbling.
next door. Putting $1 a day into escrow for our next door neighbors. If we don't get robbed, they get to keep it.
Oh,
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
I learned what escrow was recently. If you can't
Sure.
tell.
Someone's a home buyer.
All right. You get down to the bird. There's Giovanni standing in line. Packs of stuff strapped to his back and on the ground next to him, eyes wide, dancing back and forth like he's really impatient, really excited. There's Roy Boy. He's down here with Giovanni, giving him a hard time for being so excited about just an ordinary thing like flying on a bird. You get big like me, kid, you fly on birds. It's an ordinary part of life. It's just how it goes. You're doing pretty well for yourself, but watch out. Don't settle down too quickly. That Pebble, she's nice and all, but it's a big world out there. That sort of thing. The party arrives. Einhard is here. You've been hanging out with him throughout the week. We've been ignoring him, but he's been in and out and around. And he'll show up with a whole bunch of dwarves from the city. Like a lot of dwarves from the city.
Like, he comes walking up and all these dwarves are behind him.
Yeah.
He's
And
the
there's
king
like
of the
some
dwarves.
gnomes. And there's some halflings there too.
Excellent.
But that's a lot. Like, that might be all the dwarves in the city.
I am
he
going
might
to lean
have-
over to my dear sister and say, is this going to his head, you think?
I mean, we did need some people. We don't want to be 5 people at the top of a mountain. That would be a disaster. We have no skill sets whatsoever except making shoes. And I mean, karate.
Those are number 1 and 2 on my list of our skills that I'd create.
I mean, you can lift stuff. That's good. And
karate.
yeah, I mean, that's pretty important. So yeah, I guess a lot of people pay attention to us leaving because it's like a magnificent bird, a big gathering.
Yeah. And everyone's been hearing about this demigod, Einhard, who's been walking around the city for a couple of weeks doing this stuff. And then, the shop where he's from is having a final sale and clearing out, and the bard's been singing about things, and he's been wearing these new, what do you even call them? They're like boots and pants, or slacks and boots, or who even knows? So yeah, people are interested. People are curious. They come out. There's the bird. There's Nadinus herself, perched on the little platform the bird was carrying. There's Astaire, god of dwarves, apparently.
That's an
there as well
event.
with his, big old beard. There's a couple other, characters that you get divine feelings from. None of you all are super into religion or the gods. You're kind of obviously, we all know who they are.
Yeah.
But they kind of look however they want. So being able to notice them on site is a bit of a toughie. Can anybody
Not me.
make me a DC 10, no, DC 12 religion check?
Sure. I read some books. 16.
No, religion.
Oh shit, it's not history. Oh, I didn't pretty much.
Ah!
I did actually.
Excellent. Who else?
Oh, I started reading because Astaire told me if 3 people said I was cool, I could be like a cleric of it. Not a cleric, but like a key speaker of Astaire. Sorry.
With a 16, you can identify the other god standing on this platform. It is Seor, the god of, crafting or metallurgy, you might call him, the god of turning one thing into another, like turning a tree into a house. We generally simplify it as the god of crafting, but he's like tool maker, home builder, workshop god.
Yeah.
There's also Martha, the goddess of life and creation. She's involved in the creation of all living things, obviously. We had Astaire, Martha, Seor, Nadinus, and there was a fifth one. Nerul, the goddess of family, society, home, the hearth, the family, the goddess of like the family unit and the things that bind us together on a personal level. Like Astaire's like law and order and like the top scale of society and social contracts. Nerul is like the small, intimate scale of interpersonal, societal and family relations, and home and the hearth, firekeeper, and all that. Those are the 5 gods standing upon this platform. And Nadinus will step forward and walk right up to Einhard and give him a smile. And Einhard will look at her and exchange a few quiet words. And she'll pat him on the head. And then Astaire will come on over and walk up to the 3 of you and Proton. And I guess Giovanni's standing nearby, and so is Roboy. And he'll come up and he'll stroke his beard. The city is ready. Are you ready to rule?
He is. Right, Leslie?
Yes.
There you go. I mean, I'm just putting the finishing touches. I like put the
Boldara, are you ready to rule?
To rule? No. But to be with my sisters and help them? Yeah.
Excellent. I hear, he says, turning to Lazuli, you have created progeny.
Ew, it's gross when he says it like that.
Yeah, I don't like, yeah. But yeah.
And I
mean,
hear...
I thought we talked about this, that like, my son is gonna rule. I'm gonna rule until he's ready to rule. Yeah. Have you met him? He's great. You'll love him. Very haughty.
He certainly has the personality of one who thinks himself king.
You would know. Best,
That's
of course,
why.
my leash.
It's why he needs to do the trials first to show us he is kind, just, and wise.
The trials?
Yeah, I decided it's trials now. It looks cooler.
No one told me about any trials. Kind, just, and wise? And by what metric shall you measure him? Who
we have yet
shall be
to
judged?
create. Good question.
I will.
I mean, I feel like it should be a panel with like votes and stuff. No?
Okay, I'll let you two vote as well. You three. The sisters can vote.
I will give my vote to the people.
Dwarves.
What about Protoni?
I said Protoni too.
Okay.
The three of you.
So we'll be.
You will be
so
the four fates of the dwarves.
I'm gonna conduct mine as a fan vote.
Excellent.
fan vote. I love it.
Well, a city of dwarves, by dwarves, and for dwarves should be made up the way dwarves believe it should be. And as my own progeny, I see no reason why I should disagree with you on this approach.
Good.
Okay.
We weren't gonna listen anyway, on account of us following the other god, but your insight is always, valued.
I mean, I respect Aster's position in this whole thing, as a future ambassador of Aster myself, ambassador in training, I could say.
Yes.
Look at you, sis, making me shine a little brighter towards the guy. She's doing good work for you already, Esther. Do you see this? I like you a little bit more now. Nice job, Peb. She's solid.
Maybe you can answer me this then, Lady Pebble.
Lady Pebble.
Why is it that some of my favorite offspring, some of my favorite children, some of my children who have banded together in hard times, worked to create fortune, to create structure, to create community?
Oh, wait, sorry, my cats are like... They're fighting in like the cupboard. Yeah, they both on the spot and they're like. That's she's cornered.
We'll watch her. She's a
Cornered.
Look at her little face.
Where? Look along. My second cat.
Why is it that some of my favorite children, my own metaphorical flesh and blood, do not like me? Have I not given them life, a purpose, meaning? Have I not crafted them to the correct proportions, with the correct ambitions, the desires for creation and love and music and camaraderie and teamwork? Have I not given them all that they are? Why do they despise me?
Well, one thing that was a little tough for us.
I'm sorry, is your name Pebble?
Oh, never mind. My bad. Go ahead, Pebble.
Pebble puffs up her chest. It's like, yeah, as my sister was saying.
Why don't they like me?
Have you been spending time with them? Getting to know them? Have they gotten to know you? The real you?
The real me? What is the difference between me and the real me?
Well, there's just like seeing someone and having a feeling about who they are, and then there's like getting to know someone and what they actually care about and the values they carry. Like I think you imbued them with a lot of great things that they should be thankful for, but they just are, right? They spawned with those things in them. Like, what have you done since they spawned to help them carry that forward?
I've given them peace and prosperity and difficulties and challenges to overcome. I've given them room to grow on their own, to become the great things that they are.
Have you given them guidance and support?
When they've asked for it, which is absolutely not at all, because they're strong and independent and do not need me. They're self-sufficient. They are brave and wise, just as I intended. And yet, once again, my creations have no love for me.
Maybe it's how you like talk to them. You know, like I suggest that you look at Einhard and the way he interacts with people and see if you can draw some parallels in the way you interact with people and pick up on why it's
You
not charming.
suggesting that I take advice on how to behave from a demigod who's only been around for 2 weeks.
He's not doing any better. That's what I mean. I'm saying that the lessons is like how he'll evolve to gather people. Right now they're gathering just because he's the demigod, right? It's not because he's shown incredible qualities, let's be honest. I mean, he has a really good beard, but besides the beard. So people respect you because you're a god, but I think there's more to it than that. They need to love you. I think I could help if you made me a... What's the word?
Have you completed your trials?
No, I'm still working on it.
Then do you deserve to be made a cleric?
No, not right now. But I'll be back. I'm not gonna give up.
Well,
I'm gonna read all the
go.
scriptures. Yes, okay. I like put a little sign on our door that says like BRB off to found a city, Kabalopolis rules.
All right. Our party can load everything up. Those that are going to come on by flight will come on by flight. The rest will come by land and have to take an arduous journey through forests, over rivers, across plains, up into the hills, and search for the beacon that will guide them to the city of dwarves, which will be a large fire on top of a mountain. You'll figure it out when you get there. And I think that's where we're going to end it for the day. The party heads off to Kabalopolis. And next time, when we come back with City Dwarves, we'll get to Kabalopolis. And we will either let the party decide how the city goes and make some rules, or we'll just skip Kabalopolis if no one wants to do that, and we'll say that it was done, and we can revisit it whenever we want to decide that we did it. But we'll figure that out next time.
We got options.
What a time.
We got options.
Look at us.
Do whatever we want.
All grown up and making a kingdom.
Ugh. Never thought I'd see the day.
We have money and agency and a brand new kingdom.
And a son.
And we want goat cheese.
Wow. Wow. I'm sure nothing could go wrong or take any of this away from you. It sounds like a meteoric rise, and just like the stock market, there will never be an upper end.
The world's only been around for 80 years. We haven't invented consequences yet, right?
Maybe we will. All right. Anybody have anything to say before we head out? Anyone hosting anything fun?
Chase. I'll be at I am Katowice. I'm excited for StarCraft. Yay.
Yay.
Maybe if they book me a flight. If not, I lied. Yay.
All right.
What about you, Anna?
I don't have
Announcements.
PAX East mid-March. That's my next.
Are you gonna be D&D?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Who are you playing?
Huh?
Who are you playing?
Evelyn.
Classic.
For someone who doesn't know who Evil-In is, what sort of chaotic evil person is this?
Evelyn is a paladin of Lathander, a messenger of the Morning Lord, an optimistic cherub.
Oh,
And
what
she's
is
been around
that?
a long time. She actually started in Miss Click's D&D. What was the one? The Contagion? Is that what we called it?
Outbreak.
Outbreak.
Oh, that was a really great and long show. Totally worth watching.
Yeah. Fun fact, she was called Evelyn Marthane because she was a paladin of Martha, and then I forgot that when I rebuilt her to play in Dice Camera Action, and I made her a paladin of Lathander and changed the spelling of her last name and totally forgot about it. But yeah, she died in Miss Cliff's Outbreak very quickly, so that's why I brought her back, because I was like, she didn't get a chance.
That was not one of my finer campaigns that I've run. I made some bad communication errors in that campaign.
I mean, we all made some errors.
Oh, yeah, we made some errors too. But I remember how it ended. Like
we all were like, huh.
we were pretty upset. But at the same time, I was upset but admirative because I was like, wow, Neal is so committed to his stance that he will throw away all the work he put in.
Yeah.
Like, which is a lot more work than our character sheet, which still was quite a bit of work.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, I guess we're doing it, but also, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It made us fear the world.
It did.
Mhm.
It made us more careful.
Yeah. I was
And
like,
it made
okay.
Miss Harvey leave.
I don't think
No,
that was
she's
the reason.
unshakable.
I know.
It's the winner of Canada's celebrity fucking Big Brother.
Yeah.
You shook her.
That's true. That kind of makes
That's
you the
true.
winner of Big Brother, honestly.
Oh, Steph.
And with that plug, we're gonna go. We'll catch you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.